author of the highly acclaimed manual Advanced Turbo Training, and a coach with the Association of British Cycle Coaches. During this video, I'm going to show you how to improve your performance on the bike through the structured and methodical use of the turbo trainer in conjunction with a heart rate monitor. So, which is the best turbo? Well, I use one with variable resistances, but at the end of the day, the training effect is virtually the same regardless of what type you use. Don't rush out now and spend hundreds of pounds on an expensive new turbo when a basic fan flywheel folder such as this one will do nicely. Remember, it isn't what make of turbo that matters, it's how you use it. Incorporating the use of a heart rate monitor simply means you're able to train far more accurately. Before the introduction of the HRM, we could only train on perceived effort. Today, all guesswork is taken out of the equation, resulting in a general overall improvement in performance for everyone. Again, there is no need to spend a fortune, when basically all you need to know is your heart rate. Why train on the turbo? Well, the benefits are many. It's easy to monitor your training. Therefore, you can train more accurately with no distractions. You needn't be affected by poor weather conditions and bad road surfaces. You will never meet an irate driver on the turbo. However, there is one big pitfall to turbo training, and that is, it is extremely concentrated. And like anything that is concentrated, you simply don't need as much. Please be warned on this point. Take it that a 2-hour road session can be undertaken in 40 minutes. Please be sensible about the sighting of your turbo trainer. The garage or a shed is the ideal place. Even a spare room would do at a push, but actually it is unfair to sight the turbo in the house, mainly because of the noise. This is serious training, and the last thing you would want is a pet to walk into the back wheel. Sight your turbo on a firm, level surface, ideally where you can leave it set up with the bike on. You may have to place a wooden block under the front wheel to bring the bike level. Please don't use your best racing bike. Ideally, use a bike that has seen better days. Inevitably, it will turn into a heap of rust within a year anyway. I'm using this bike specially for our video, but this is my normal training bike, rigged with only the basic essentials. With the bike firmly fixed, ensure there is sufficient resistance between the tyre and the roller. It should feel over-geared when in top gear. Always inflate the tyre to the same pressure before training. I use 100 pounds per square inch, or 7 bar. This will give you a constant to work from. Mount the heart rate monitor where it can easily be seen. Use either a stopwatch or a cheap kitchen clock to time your sessions. Again, purely for the convenience of this video, I will be using a computerized heart rate as well as a conventional heart rate monitor. I must emphasise this is proper training, so please dress sensibly in a light top and shorts, along with the cycling shoes you would normally train in. Cyclists tend to overheat on the turbo, simply because there is no cooling air passing over the skin. If this bothers you, treat yourself to a cheap fan. Throughout the session, sip either plain water or a dilute energy drink. Okay, that has covered the preparation, so now on to training proper. The warm-up is crucial and should take between 10 and 20 minutes depending on the intensity of the session. Don't neglect it. Go through a light stretching routine if you wish. However, please be careful, as overstretching core muscles can be counterproductive. Start by pedalling briskly in a small gear. Gently increase your effort while allowing your heart rate to rise steadily. Ensure you pedal smoothly with the minimum of upper body movement. Continue to increase your effort by either pedaling faster or changing into a higher gear. Do not hurry the warm-up, but you must allow your heart rate to rise progressively. This is a standard warm-up and will precede all training sessions unless otherwise stated. After 10 minutes or so, you will begin to sweat. This is a sign that your system is beginning to warm through and your muscles are ready to work at a high intensity. Your heart rate should now be around 80% of maximum. I will explain this after the maximum heart rate test. Hold at this level for a few more minutes. You are now warmed up and ready to train. I must emphasize the importance of a proper cool down. It's dangerous to stop immediately after training. If you take just 5 minutes to pedal steadily in a small gear, repair to damaged tissue will begin, so alleviating sore muscles and stiff legs the next time you train. The heart rate will continue to fall. Continue to take fluid. It will immediately replenish the depleted muscles. Allow your heart rate to drop to approximately 100 beats per minute before stopping. For this test, you will need a standard training bike, ideally fitted with a time trial block in 1/2 increments. This will give you a smooth, progressive test and an accurate result. Always ensure your tyre is inflated to the same pressure. You will also need a helper, paper and pencil, a timing device, a rev counter, and of course a heart rate monitor. When fitting the transmitter belt, you may find the electrodes have to be damp. Otherwise, the receiver may not pick up the signal accurately. Firstly, undertake the standard warm-up as previously stated. Now engage the big chainring and the lowest of your top 6 sprockets. Start to pedal at a constant 95 revs per minute and hold it for 2 minutes. The helper will record your heart rate every minute. The heart rate will continue to rise steadily. Change gear every 2 minutes while maintaining 95 revs per minute. As your gears increase, greater effort will be needed to pedal. Therefore, your heart rate will rise accordingly. It is now becoming more critical that you hold your cadence around 95 reps per minute. As the test progresses, fatigue begins to show. Your helper should encourage you verbally throughout the test. Change up just one gear every 2 minutes. Ensure you continue to pedal smoothly, while remaining as relaxed as possible. Your helper must make any relevant notes for future reference. The test is now becoming extremely demanding. This rider's heart rate is now nearing his maximum. It is crucial that your helper continues to record your heart rate every minute at this point. You should now be 8 or 10 minutes into the test and therefore in a reasonably high gear. You can now see just how demanding this test really is. This cyclist is now at his maximum of 175 beats. This is a particularly low max and yours could be 30 beats higher. You must ride to total exhaustion to ensure an accurate maximum heart rate. As you can see, this test does need to be supervised. It is dangerous to stop now. Change into a small gear and continue with the cool down. This is a chart I have developed showing various maximum heart rates, 5 relative training levels and their percentages. It is possible to train the aerobic base entirely on the turbo. However, I would suggest you combine it with at least one road ride of 2.5 hours at level 2 each week if you have the time. Go through the standard warm-up procedure as previously stated. Engage a gear that will give you a comfortable cadence of around 95 reps per minute. Pedal for 40 minutes, keeping your heart rate in the level 2 window of 75 to 85% of max. Just allow your heart rate to yo-yo between these values, but remember, your level 2 will be different to this cyclist. After the 40 minutes are over, go straight into the standard cool-down procedure and rehydrate. And finally wind down completely. This is the notorious 25-20-15 session. Warm up as previously instructed. Then engage a gear that will give you a heart rate of 75%. Ensure you maintain a cadence at 95 RPM. Adjust your gears if you need to. After 25 minutes, increase your effort slightly to take your heart rate up to 80% and hold for a further 20 minutes. Finally, increase your effort once again, this time to 85% and hold for a further 15 minutes. It is vital that you hold your heart rate as specified for each given length of time. Cool down and rehydrate as usual. This session is approximately 1 hour and 20 minutes long. Do not attempt to condense it, otherwise the training effect will be lost. Most cyclists lack power. By this, I mean a combination of aerobic power and muscular strength. This session combines the two. It is invaluable as a progression from base aerobic training to high-intensity speed work. After a thorough warm-up, engage a gear that will feel too big. Pedal this big gear in a controlled manner for 1 minute. Then ease right back for a minute. Repeat for a further 2, 3 and 4 minute intervals with only 1 minute easy between. It is normal for your cadence to be low. If your heart rate exceeds 90%, then ease back slightly. After the 4-minute interval, ease back and cool down as usual. Add one interval each consecutive week of 5, 6 and 7 minutes. If you have a turbo with variable resistances, use them. This is the session that will possibly create the greatest training effect when undertaken correctly. Just pedal briskly for the first few minutes of the warm-up. At this point, your cadence will be high, but your heart rate will still be low. However, 1-minute intervals are extremely demanding, so ensure you are thoroughly warmed up before starting the session proper. Continue the warm-up until your heart rate is approximately 85%. You should also be sweating slightly. Change down at this point and then ease back for a while before starting the first interval. Now engage a gear that feels a hint too big and pedal just over race pace for 60 seconds. Control your effort throughout this interval. Do not start flat out and lose it. Expect to see a heart rate of at least 90% toward the end of each interval. Ensure you ease right back for just 60 seconds between intervals. Continue to rehydrate whenever you need to. Repeat only 7 times initially, and then cool down as previously instructed. Increase by 1 interval each time you undertake this session to a maximum of 12. This is an extremely intensive session. I cannot overemphasize just how important it is to warm up thoroughly. Do not be tempted to start the intervals until your heart rate has risen to 85% at least. Remember, your 85% will not be the same as this rider's. You must be overgeared for these intervals, so change onto the big ring and into a high gear. Hit it absolutely flat out from almost stop. This should be an explosive effort. You will begin to lose your power toward the end of the interval, but keep it going for the full 15 seconds. Do not stop, just ease right back for a full 2 minutes before going again. You can now see just how demanding this session really is. You must give each interval 105%. These 15-second intervals are just as effective when done seated. I would suggest you combine the two. Do only 3 15-second intervals and then cool down as previously instructed. Add 1 interval per week to a maximum of 7. Don't try and control your heart rate throughout this session. Because of the very low intensity of this session, a warm-up isn't needed. Simply start in a small gear and pedal until the heart rate reaches 65% approximately. Hold there for between 20 and 40 minutes. If you're recovering from a long, hard race, then you could need the full 40 minutes recovery. If a short race or intensive training session, then 20 minutes will suffice. Sip a dilute carbohydrate drink. This will aid recovery. Don't lift your effort during this session, regardless of how well you feel. This is specific recovery and not intensive training. A combination of the programs I have shown you, spread over 10 or 14 days, will bring about a marked improvement in overall performance. Take at least 1 full day off per week and use the recovery session every second day. Adhere to the heart rates and general guidelines I have suggested. With dedication and perseverance, success in serious competition can be yours. All it needs now is for me to wish you good luck. And please always remember, more is not better. It's so easy to push yourself over the top on the turbo.